Many feared it would happen despite the victory claims of government at the end of spring, and here we are again. Fellas, I hope you got your trims this time before it starts. That which must not be named is on the rise again, creating havoc and causing chaos for health systems and economies across Europe, forcing governments to take action and impose second lockdown in many countries in Europe. So now, with many people being locked at home or with severe mobility restrictions, it's time to get creative again about how you spend your free time and how to be productive with it. As a personal finance channel, obviously I'm going to advocate that you spend some of this time to learn a bit more about personal finance. Regardless of my obvious bias for the topic, this is a really important time to start learning about finance and how money works. Saving, budgeting, investing, the economy, all that stuff. Because it doesn't just impact what happens today, it also impacts what happens in the future and how that impacts you. So let's get into today's video and I'll tell you all a bit more about it. And stick around to the end because I'm going to drop a gem of wisdom for you which you don't want to miss. What's up guys, welcome to Millennials with Money, the channel that helps you take control of your money and create a bright financial future. I'm Johnny, and if you like today's video, hit the like button, click subscribe with the notification bell, and tell another millennial. So why personal finance? Well, obviously you've now got a whole load of time on your hands, and I think a lot of people, if not everybody, would like to understand how money works, how to make the most of their financial situation, and how to improve how they handle money and their financial situation in general. So now that you've got the free time to be able to do that, you've obviously got a lot more headspace to concentrate, to focus, and you're likely to be a lot more open to learning and to potentially take in new ideas and discover new ways of thinking about finance. If I was to give you an approach to learning about personal finance during your free time, I would say use it to learn new things, to rethink your current ideas and philosophies and goals, and then re-strategize. So to build a new strategy and to recreate or rethink your financial plan. Things that you can consider learning about, you can consider learning about budgeting, saving, investing, the economy. Obviously, I would suggest my channel is a good starting point, but besides just me, there's also a lot of other great personal finance YouTubers that you can go and watch. There's also lots of books and online courses that can be really helpful and can get you started on your way to learning things about finance. Now, once you've learned some new things, you might want to start rethinking, or it might just happen naturally that you rethink the way you feel about finance, what you want to achieve in your personal finance situation. For example, you may decide that you want to retire earlier, or that you want to start investing so that your money does more for you, or you might decide that you want to put some money towards a house or a car, whatever it is that may be to you. Maybe those learnings from the first point will drive you to start thinking differently about the way you see finance and the way you see your financial situation today and your financial situation in the future. And as a result, you can now start to think again, like, what is going to be my new strategy? What do I want to gain? What do I need to do to reach and achieve my financial goals? Now, if you haven't seen my video on setting financial goals, I'll leave that up here for you because I strongly recommend it and it will help you get on the way to re-strategizing and creating a new plan. This approach of learning new things, rethinking my strategy, and recreating it accordingly is actually what I did during the first lockdown of the year. At this point, I was already very much into the topic of personal finance and investing, but the new things I learned completely revolutionized and changed the way that I thought about my money and my situation. And as a result, I actually made some changes to my own financial goals and my own financial plan over the long term. And I honestly believe that in the future, I'm going to be better for it. And it's all because I took those first steps of learning and I started to allow my own thinking to be challenged. Okay, reason number 2 why you should consider using your free time to learn about personal finance. Because not only will the current situation impact what happens to your money today, it will also impact what happens to your money in the future. First of all, if you're trying to avoid the news because you find the amount of information and all the headlines overly negative and it's having a negative impact on your mental health, then good for you. Honestly, I've also tried to do the same. one of the most important things during these times is staying mentally healthy and trying to stay positive in spite of everything what's going on. So you do what you got to do to protect yourself and stay mentally healthy. We do, however, need to consider what are the facts, what are the impacts of the current situation and what's happening today. For some people, unfortunately, it might result in loss of employment. For some people, it may result in not being able to work, but receiving money through a furlough scheme or through government handouts. For some people, your business may receive a government handout. For some people, it may be, how do I continue my studies? For some people, it may be, I've just graduated, how do I get a job in today's labor market? The list goes on. The impacts of the situation are huge today. Now, obviously, it's good where governments have had the money to be able to hand out to individuals, to businesses to keep them afloat, where they've had the money to be able to put it into the healthcare system and into information campaigns to enable the safety and security of the population. However, somebody is going to have to pay for that. And who's it most likely going to be? It's going to be people like me and you, millennials, and poor Generation Z who are just behind us, who are new and young in the labor market. What this looks like, I don't know, but if I had to take a guess, I would say maybe increased taxes most likely, and probably even pushing back the retirement age. So by the time we get there, who knows what it could be. Knowing this and what it means for your finances, you can act today so that you can mitigate the impacts that will have on your situation. For example, if you know that taxes are going to increase, then you want to either increase your income before tax or mitigate a way around those taxes by investing in an account such as an ISA, which is tax-free in the UK, a Roth IRA in the US, a PEA if you're in France. By being able to legally reduce your tax burden and increase your net gains, you're obviously going to increase the return on your investments and you're going to end up with more money in your own pocket. If you don't fancy the idea of retiring at the age of 70, 75, 80, depending on what that age is when we're close to state retirement age, then maybe you want to consider building your own pension fund, whether you contribute to your employer's scheme if that's available to you, or whether you build your own fund by investing in the stock market, investing in trackers, and creating an ever-growing portfolio that provides you passive income. That way you have additional finance to be able to turn to, and you don't have to rely on the government's state pension as your ticket to retirement. And as crazy as it sounds, if you do want to find out more about saving for retirement as a young person, I have recorded a video already which I will be releasing on this, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when that comes out. If you're watching this video and it's already come out, here it is. And the third reason you should consider learning about personal finance is because it will give you the knowledge to be able to take advantage of the many offers from companies, from banks, from investing platforms that will come your way. This happened during the first lockdown. I can almost guarantee it will happen again this time. There will be offers for you to start investing, for you to put your money in a different bank, and there will be rewards for it. For example, Trading 212 is an investing platform and is currently offering a free share to anyone who deposits at £1 or €1 on the platform, and that share can be worth up to £100. That's free money. I have a link for you to be able to do that, so if you check the description of this video, you'll see that down there. You've also got platforms such as Tejido, which are offering you €20 back when with your investments you accumulate €20 of commissions. You have programs such as American Express, Iberia, which are offering you reward points if you spend over a certain amount. You have robo-advisors that are offering you free cash to start investing your money on their platform. The list goes on. Right, I think I've covered everything on my offers list there. So if you check out this video description or check out my website, you might see something there that you like, so have a look. You've also got different banks in many countries that may be offering cash incentives for you to switch bank and move and open a new current account or a new savings account with them. And why not? Because you'll have the financial education to be able to determine if this is a good offer for you, then you might as well check it out. And who knows, you could save yourself bank fees in the future. You could end up with better terms. Maybe your overall banking experience will be better with this bank. Why not check it out? And I say this with a caveat that you do this in moderation. There will be retailers and restaurants that will have offers just so they can ensure that revenue is still coming into the business. Even though I'm really focused on investing and saving my money where I can, I will allow myself a treat from time to time. So if you think it's time for yourself to have a treat, or if you need to upgrade your laptop, your washing machine, some kind of object in your household, or it's time to buy a new something, this could be the time. Why not check out if there's any offers available? So the gem of wisdom you've all been waiting for, here it is. So I come from a finance background. My dad has been an accountant for the majority of his life. I currently work in finance myself, and I take a real interest in the topic of business. As you'll have seen throughout many years, and especially through the current situation, a lot of businesses have had to change the way in which they do business. They've had to change up their operating models in order to ensure that they survive, that they stay ahead of the competition, and that they retain investment into the company. I'm a very firm believer that we as people should also manage our own finances the same way that businesses manage them. We live in a world that's constantly changing, constantly adapting, where uncertainty is the only certainty. So it only makes sense that we also change and adapt with it, and to do so, we need to step up our financial game, constantly be on the ball, and making changes where we see fit. Whatever your overall financial goals, I'm sure that what we all want is a stable, worry-free financial situation, both today and tomorrow. So by thinking about and acting on what I've talked about in this video will be the first steps for you to be able to adapt and change and take those steps to be able to give yourself the best situation possible. So to summarize the video, you should consider learning about personal finance because you have a lot of free time and you have more headspace to think about how to learn new things, rethink your current ideas, and create a new strategy. Not only does the situation impact what's going on now, it also impacts the future. So by learning and rethinking your ideas, you can best adapt for the future. And number 3, you can take advantage of offers from investing platforms, from banks, from retailers and restaurants to get good deals for your money. That's all for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the Millennials with Money social media and internet pages. I'll see you on the next video, and let's get this money.